Life with Oz and
Jubilee.
Jubilee. So, in case you guys don't know, we would suggest watching our introductory video, but we are a couple that started building off the grid about 4 years ago. And we are in the mountains. We're at about 75, 7,600 feet above sea level. We get a lot of weather. So we thought we'd show you our snow collection today. So we're going to talk about that. This is on the drive out to where we live. This was one of the nights that I was driving. Just such a cool picture.
Very cool.
I don't know how it came out like that, but it's so cool. It was a video, and I took a screenshot of the video, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, so this is here looking at. I guess this would be looking north before we had a porch or anything like that put in. Another day in the woods with snow. It's absolutely beautiful.
Incredibly beautiful.
You know, when you talk about the sound of silence, this is where the sound of silence is. So you can see how deep the snow is. Yeah, we drive in it, we get to it, we walk around in it, we live normal life with it. So it's pretty crazy. But, these are our rocks, and there's a little bit of snow out there. That's why this picture is in this collection. You can see how foggy it looks. There's our fire pit area. Um, so yeah, as you can see, we don't have neighbors. It's a beautiful thing. This is the backside, so this is looking kind of southwest. That's Capelin Peak over there. And actually, I don't even think that's Capelin Peak. I think that's the mountain before Capelin Peak. Uh, and there's some look at some snow. What that was in the middle of building the porch.
Yes.
Now we have a porch. Um, yeah, that was still during the building of the porch. Yes, I built the porch during the winter. This is one of the roads back in here. Eh, Where is that at? Would you say? Looks like that's going into like maybe into the forest area, past the park.
Yeah, that's what
So
it looks like.
yeah, I think that's where it is. Yeah, I woke up to a little bit of dusting that morning. Yeah, there we go. There's looking at the north side again. It's also no, that's looking toward the rocks. Yeah, there's vehicle in the morning, rocks in the morning, cabin in the morning. So this one was about 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, because uh, that's just the first two rooms. That was before we got the third room put on. That's our dining area. Would you like to go have lunch there right now?
Yeah, I think I'll wait for the snow to melt.
Yeah. We have beautiful. I mean, like I said, snow is something that has always been a pain in the butt, but since living up here, it's kind of changed my whole outlook when it comes to snow. This is actually looking towards where our cabin is from a highway. It's probably about 10 miles away. That's a better look at the ridge. Um, and this is the highway that goes up to our area. That right there is Capelin Peak. You can see the cloud coverage. That was right after a nice little snowstorm. That's definitely Capelin Peak. What a beautiful picture that is.
That is.
Like when I was driving home when I was driving back to the city that day, I had to stop and take that picture. Like there was just no question about it. Look at that thing. Beautiful mountain. That mountain is about 9,600 feet above sea level. So I have hiked to about 9,000 feet of that. It's crazy. That's also on the highway back. Oh yeah,
The turkeys.
the turkeys. The three turkeys. That was like the Three Stooges. Minnie, Mo, and Mo. Uh, I have a video of this, and eventually I'll release the video, but it's pretty cool. But yeah, one of the turkeys would not get out of the road, man. Yeah, so how would you like to drive up to your house with this much snow on it? It's not really that much. It's about 6 to 8 inches deep, I guess. But what's crazy is what came off the roof over there. That was deep. That was like 3 feet. What a beautiful day. This was pretty recent, actually. This wasn't too long ago. That's what I mean. The snow is absolutely gorgeous. It really is. It's just a whole sense of silence. It's unbelievable how quiet everything gets. Yeah, so we got some birds here. Um, these are Stellar Jays, and that is the female version of the Stellar Jay. We get a lot of them.
Yes, we have quite a few of those.
They're absolutely amazing. So this would be looking at the north side. This is when the main room, which we're actually sitting in right now, was getting built, and that's the door. Thought that was kind of cool. We'd take a picture without the door. Um, and just more. And as you can see, that main room being built over there. Yeah, we had a lot of snow weekends, didn't we?
We did.
It took forever to build this thing because every single weekend we were getting hit like this. It was crazy. This is actually the road up to our cabin. There's looking out one of our windows. So, yeah. Yeah. If you want to live off the grid and you want to live in the mountains off the grid, make sure that you do your research on snow life. So this is one of the Christmas trees. This is actually one of the granddaughter's Christmas
Hmm.
trees. So what we do for the holidays is we have a Christmas tree. We have a tree that is dedicated to each of the grandkids, 6 of them. And for Thanksgiving, they come up and they decorate their trees. And they have lights and they have ornaments for them. They're all really cool. So this is the lights just lighting up at the time. You can see. So the little trail lights. They look so cool in the snow too. Um, and then of course there's winds that come with the snows. Here's the road out. Yeah, when you look at that, you look at that snow that's plowed over there, you can see how deep it is. I think we had our deepest snow this year though when it was 20 inches.
Yes.
That was deep. Oh yeah, let's talk about cold. 4 degrees, and the sun is shining. We've got some more recent pictures of the temperatures going down to 3. So that's cold too. Let me tell you, there's a big difference between 3 degrees and 4 degrees, by the way. There we go again. There's the main road. But the main thing you can see here is how deep that freaking snow is. This is the outdoor kitchen. And yes, I still use the smoker in the wintertime. And this must have been way back when because I still had the that over the kitchen,
Hmm.
the logs and all that stuff. That finally broke away. So I had to take it down. But you could tell because the pots and the pans, and there's our cutting board and all that. So this is back when we still used the outdoor kitchen,
For
obviously,
everything.
for everything. And so we even cooked when it was like this. We would just wipe the snow off the table and whatever and just plow. And believe it or not, we used to cook 9, 10 o'clock at night outside when it was this cold. Our pasta would freeze, remember
I remember that.
that? we would make pasta. We'd make some kind of like spaghetti or noodles or whatever, and then you'd put it in the colander, and within 2 minutes they're like frozen. It's hilarious. But you do what you got to do, and then you evolve and you learn how to do stuff. This is a morning shot, obviously. So gorgeous. Yeah, just amazing. That's our fire pit up there, by the way, that ball of snow that you're looking at. More of that guy. Yeah, that was a challenge to build that room. It was such a challenge with the weather. Just so much snow. Yeah, and this is not my car, but it does look like my Kia Sorento
It kind of
because it
does.
is a Kia Sorento. Do you remember this? When somebody wrecked, they went off the road here. They wrecked into that tree. They hit that tree, see?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Can't drive in the snow, please stay home. That's a good idea. That's good advice. There we go. We've learned to drive in the snow pretty darn good, actually. We've gotten pretty used to it.
Look at all the birds, even on the car.
These birds are so cool. I love these birds. I forget what they're called. They're just little birds, and they're not really afraid of humans. And I've been out on walks before, and I'll come close to the property, and this whole flock will all of a sudden follow me home. They're pretty crazy. They're cool little birds. Love them. Yeah, I'm just thinking back to the days, you see our trail that goes right there. That's going in and out of each of the rooms. Imagine this. We had to go from room to room, and every time we had to step out of the bedroom into the NPR room, we had to step outside. It was crazy. It was just crazy. So, in our later videos, we'll be showing videos of how this all got built and stuff like that, and how we did it. And hopefully, we can help people that are thinking about doing this. But we're also not going to be shy about putting warnings out there about it. It's not easy. It's a rough life. It really is. And then after the snow, what happens?
Mud.
Mud. We like the snow. We hate the mud. The mud is horrific. I mean, this is not bad actually.
Yeah, we've had way worse.
Compared to what we've had before. I mean, look at that. There's our road getting out. They, believe it or not, we put our straps on more than in the mud than we do in the snow.
True.
So we're going to talk about these straps real quick. We highly recommend these over chains, over anything at all. Now the thing about them is you're going to break them. They're going to break. They're just, especially in cold weather, they're plastic. They're kind of like a plastic rubber type stuff. What do you think they're made out of?
Some kind of polymer. I have no idea.
Yeah. So what happens is when they get really cold, they kind of become brittle, and but they work really well. We generally just have to put maybe two straps on each tire, and we can pretty much go through anything, even mud or whatever. But they do tend to break right here, and nothing you can do about that. But they're also cheap. They're only like
True.
$5 a piece, and you can easily get 3 or 4 uses out of them. So it's not bad. And like I say, they're better than chains. I think they get better grip. They don't slip at all,
And easier to put on.
and they're so easy to put on. They ratchet on, so they're really cool how they work. Yeah, just oh, these little birds are cool too. I forget what they're called, but they're little worm diggers.
Yes.
That's what we found out about them. We were wondering, like, why are you guys out in the yard when it's really wet and moist and you see them? They will dig into the ground and they will pull worms out. It's cool as heck. So they're pretty cool little birds. And they're really not afraid of humans either. Um, so they're really beautiful birds. There's one right there. No, that's not one of those birds. I forget what that one is too. We need to look up the names of these birds. I think before we do the animal bird video, we'll get names of all the birds because we got lots of birds out here. Really cool looking birds. And there's the highway that heads to town. Um, Kind of a beautiful drive. It's really nice. There we are. See, you can see the room. The main room now has walls on it. That was so nice. When we could finally step outside and not have to worry about freezing. So this is looking west up on the outdoor kitchen area. So lots and lots of snow. Just yeah, and that's kind of a cool picture. I think that must have been early in the evening.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Look how blue the sky is. That's crazy. This was a picture that I took on a hike. Um, so this is probably at about 8,000 feet now. This is up the road up there. So I would say that's probably about 8,000 feet. See a long ways. That's looking toward Bosque Peak over there. And here's our favorite birds. Absolutely our favorite birds. These are woodpeckers, acorn woodpeckers. They are so cool. They remind me of mafiosos.
So they look like they're wearing little tuxedos.
They do. Watch. I think there's a better picture of them. See? Now, the one on the left is a different type of woodpecker. I forget what it's called, but they're huge. They're big, big birds. But the little acorns will scare them off. See that? Very cool looking birds. I mean, they're big. They're really big. Look at them facing each other off. Get away from my food. Who do you think you are? There's a couple icicles. That makes it look really cold.
It was really cold.
Right? If you call 10 or 15 degrees cold, it's cold. Yeah, so a lot of people ask, well, what do you do about that cold? Like, how do you get around in that? We wear layers, like layers. Like, we have long johns, and sometimes we wear 2 pairs of those, and then pants on top of that, and maybe 4 layers on the top, and then a jacket. And it's cold. But you just got to dress right for the times. So this would be looking kind of south. That's looking north. Yeah, I like it when there's absolutely no tracks or anything in the snow.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Looking at the buckets over there, I would say that snow is probably about 15 inches deep. Plowing away. Can't tell you how much snow I've plowed. A lot. That looks cool. I like the way the lights reflect off the snow.
Hmm.
There you go. As you can see, once we park, we don't leave. I like that little lantern up there.
I do too.
She got that in Laughlin. That was cool at that little shop, remember? That little gift shop?
I do remember.
It's like, oh, that's perfect. Too bad it doesn't really light up. That would be so uber cool.
It would. It actually would. It's actually a pencil sharpener, but it looks like an old-fashioned lamp. So.
Right. It looks like a kerosene lamp, so it fits what we do over here. Yeah, so that pole right there was set up to do outdoor showers, which we do in the summertime, or I do anyway. It's pretty cool. It's really nice. So that's what's nice when you don't have neighbors. You get to live a very life of freedom, which is what off the grid is all about, is being free. So I fly in from Dallas every January. And so this time, ironically, we're literally flying right over Sherwood Forest. So this is coming into Sherwood Forest, and these are the roads back in the mountains. These are all the forest roads. Sherwood Forest is down in this area right here, right in this area. One of our lovely birds again. Yeah, so you might wonder about this metal that's around the pole that goes up to the tree house. So when I first, or the birdhouse, when I first put the bird feeder up there, I was noticing the food was disappearing like instantly. Huh, man, I don't see that many birds. No, it was the chipmunks and the squirrels going up there and taking all the food. So I took some flashing. This is 6-inch flashing that I wrapped around the pole and then used roofing nails to tie it down. I put 3 of them up there, and that put a stop to any ground animals getting up there and taking the bird food. So, word to you, if you ever have that problem, there's the solution. There's our generator over there. Um, so, a very foggy day right there. It's beautiful when it's foggy up here. It's incredible. Just incredible. Frosty. Very frosty. And there we go, folks. Hope you enjoyed our snow show.
And we'll see you next time.
Yep. Bye bye.